Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. What's up, everybody? Good morning and happy Tuesday. DK Show coming to you from the TDS Sports Talk studios. Thanks for making us a part of your start. If you are already up and at it, whether you are listening on the radio dials of 105.1 FM, 790 AM, streaming us up online at sportstalk1051.com. Got your smart devices like your Alexa devices. The app, download it, take it on the go. Video stream also up and rolling here on YouTube. What do we have on our game plan for us this morning? We got lots to catch up on. A lot of stuff going down yesterday. Brewers picking up a win last night in game one of their series against the New York Mets. 8-3 victory. Jacob Misiorowski only going 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Pat Murphy kind of alluded to it before the game. Might be a little bit of a shorter outing, but after the game, kind of talked about maybe building him back up. Misiorowski said he kind of felt maybe a little off, compared it to maybe like spring training and such. So something maybe to kind of keep an eye on here. But nonetheless, you got to see Lance McCullers Jr. make his Brewers debut yesterday. He pitched 3 innings. Giving up 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, though. And then Cooper Pratt, what a day for him. 3 hits, including his first career home run. So Brewers giving their former teammate, Freddie Peralta, his 9th loss of the season and moving his ERA up to 5.01. Brewers back at it. And by the way, too, should mention, we are 100 games into the season, and the Brewers have the best record in Major League Baseball. So, don't know if that'll last, but hey, we could say that on July 21st, right? July 21st, the Milwaukee Brewers, 100 games into the season, have the best record in Major League Baseball. Dodgers 63-38, win percentage of .624. Brewers, 63-37, win percentage of .630. Yeah, we'll take that, right? Definitely take that. So we'll recap last night's game and look ahead to Game 2 tonight. Brandon Sproat, now it's his turn to go up against his former team. He'll be getting the nod here tonight as the Brewers look to at least secure a series win against the Mets. Plenty of baseball chat coming your way. We got football to talk about, too, because yesterday the Packers locking up another one of their younger dudes who is looking for a contract extension. Devontae Wyatt, who was going to play on the 5th-year franchise tag this year, ends up signing a 3-year extension worth up to $57 million with a $20 million signing bonus. So Packers have been pretty darn busy so far this offseason. You had a contract extension for Isaiah McDuffie, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, now Devontae Wyatt. So it sure seems like next up going to be one Tucker Kraft. I would expect. I know there's probably some people, some fans out there that are just freaking out that they haven't had it done yet. I feel pretty good that they're going to get it done. Hey, they're going to get it done at some point. Tucker Kraft is going to be playing for the Green Bay Packers for the next couple of years here. So, but we'll talk a little bit about this deal with Devontae Wyatt and the Packers as we get set for camp starting next week. So, your thoughts on the extension, and what are your thoughts so far, I guess, on kind of a busy offseason so far here for the Packers in terms of locking up some of their younger players, getting her done, maybe taking a little bit of a page out of the Brewers playbook here. I don't know, but we'll talk some football and look back at this deal and kind of break it down because, right, it's not about the total money, and you can't simply divide 57 by 3. We'll kind of break it down, what the cap hit's going to be, and moving forward here. So football chat coming your way this morning. It is a Toyson Ford Grind My Gears Tuesday, so here you go. Here's your chance. Get it off your chest. Feel good about yourself. What's grinding your gears? Hit us up on that Shoe Doctors bullpen line, 715-830-1912. Again, that number, 715-830-1912. Or you can hang out in the Section 105 chat and chat with our other listeners and share your airing of grievances if you want on the in the chat room. So we got that. It is also a I'm not saying, but I'm just saying Tuesday. So best ones, send those on over. We'll read them up on the air. All right. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll chat with RJ Cardinal as we inch a little bit closer and closer and closer and closer to the upcoming Badger football season. But we'll talk some Badgers with Mr. Cardinal coming up in the 8 o'clock hour here. So we got that on the dockets, and wherever else the conversation may lead us, right? You got anything that's at the top of your head, at the top of your mind, or a topic, the segment that you'd like to chat about? Hey, send it on over. All right, we're an open book. Let's do it up. What's on your mind here this morning? So that's your game plan. Let's get things rocking and rolling, shall we? We'll mix it up here. We got some Brewers to talk about. We got some Packers to talk about with the Devontae Wyatt extension. Some good stuff to break down. We'll recap last night's victory. Should we be concerned about Jacob Isarowski's short outing last night? Again, Pat Murphy kind of used that word, but maybe over-exaggerating, hopefully a little bit. So we'll take a look at that, talk a little Cooper Pratt, give him a big old tip of the cap. How about Joey Ortiz again last night with another home run? Man, Joey O, finding the bat ever since, moving over to third base. Man. Garrett Mitchell, a couple of hits for him again last night too. Vaughn with a home run. Man, it's a good game last night. Good to see that from some of these dudes. So let's chat some Brewers and Packers. We'll be getting going here with the leadoff, but we got to take our first break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Nobody plans for an accident to happen, but when the unexpected happens, you want to make sure that you have a team that you can trust. And at Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire, they're proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality collision repair and hometown service to drivers throughout the Chippewa Valley. Their experienced team takes pride in every repair, treating your vehicle with the same care and attention that they would give to their own. When you need collision repair that you can count on, choose the people who live and work right here in your community. That's Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire. Locally owned, locally trusted, and here to get you back on the road. All right, let's get the leadoff going here this morning, shall we? Let's talk a little Brew Crew, recapping last night's W against the New York Mets in Game 1 of their series. 8-3 victory for the Brew Crew. Jacob Isarowski going just 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. We'll talk a little bit more about Jacob Isarowski here in just a skosh. Kind of give you a little bit of a background of why it was just 4 innings for him. But offensively for the Brewers, I mean, they got things going right away in the bottom of the first, adding a couple of runs to the board right away. Then you had Cooper Pratt in the second inning, adding a solo shot. 5 of the Brewers, 8 runs coming in the first 3 innings. And then the Brewers tacking on 3 more in the bottom of the 6th, including Joey Ortiz with another home run. Joey Ortiz, maybe it is the magic of just moving over to third base. I don't know. Garrett Mitchell collecting a couple more hits. Vaughn had a home run too. So between Cooper Pratt, Joey Ortiz, Vaughn, and Mitchell, it was a good night for those 4 up at the plate. But Peralta picking up his 9th loss of the season. He went 5 1/3, giving up 8 hits, 7 earned runs, and 2 home runs. Did strike out 6 and walked just a couple. Craig Yoho picking up his second win on the season and career. We saw Lance McCullers Jr. get some action in, too. He pitched 3 innings for the Brewers, and his first appearance for the Brewers, first inning, looked pretty darn sharp. His final line, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, did strike out 4, did issue 1 walk. But everybody wants to know, why did Jacob Misiorowski? Why did Jacob Misiorowski maybe only go 4 innings? Especially after just having 13 days off. Pat Murphy kind of alluded to it before the game, that they would be mindful, kind of maybe watching how the usage of Jacob Misiorowski for this second half. And Murphy's saying it's a big discussion. It's a big topic. There's been all sorts of concern, planning discussions, sidebar discussions about biomechanics, strength testing, all that. Thus, the reason for the layoff. Now, how do we ramp it back up? And Misiorowski, after the game, saying, I felt like I wasn't in my legs as well as I should have been. I felt halfway decent, good enough. We would have probably let him go, Murphy saying, to follow that up, we would have probably let him go forward if his delivery and his legs felt great. He didn't throw a command heater past the second inning. He was kind of coming off his legs and getting stuck and trying to get out of it. And then Murphy used the word concerning. Hopefully there's nothing concerning about that. And maybe it's just something, kind of getting ramped back up. And Jacob Misiorowski kind of alluded to, use the comparison of spring training, kind of ramping up and kind of feeling a little bit like spring training a little bit, just to kind of get back into the to the rhythm of everything. So hopefully nothing too concerning. Don't want to over exaggerate it. Don't want to make it anything bigger. But I mean, when the manager uses that word too, you kind of take a step back. But hopefully, maybe in his second starts, his second turn through the rotation, he'll maybe go a little bit deeper now. But I mean, we talked about this, right? I mean, this is something that the Brewers are going to have to figure out, and something that they're going to have to game plan. How do you not overuse Jacob Misiorowski in these now final 62 games of the regular season? We are 100 games through this thing. What's the best course of action to preserve Misiorowski for playoff games, but also kind of keep your foot on the pedal? We talk about it for Green Bay a lot, right? But you still got things you have to accomplish in the regular season. You still have to, you can't relax. Still got to push forward. You still got to win these games. You still want to win the division. Now you're the top team in the National League by win percentage points. It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act of trying to still win and preserving some of your younger pitchers. Because I honestly believe that teams kind of look at the Dodgers from last year and say, man, look at how great they kind of looked, and how much of a boost was it that they got a lot of those pitchers back right before the postseason, and they had some healthy arms and ready to go. I think that was a big part of it. And I think now maybe the Brewers are kind of looking at something similar because, well, they have some depth with the pitching too. They have right now the ability to have a 6-man rotation, have relievers go multiple innings. So I think that is in the game plan. That's in the cards here for the Brewers going forward. And I think as long as, a lot of these guys, a lot of these pitchers, some of them coming back, whether it's like a DL Hall and some other starters, like Kyle Harrison, that's an option that's on the table to maybe have shorter outings and maybe go with like a 6-man rotation to try to preserve some of this energy when they get to the postseason, because we know it. We all know it. You get to the postseason, you get into these playoff series, it shortens up the rotation, and you want guys to go out there as much as possible. I think long gone are the days of CC Sabathia going every 3 days and giving you like complete games and all these innings and just literally carrying his team on his back. I don't think the Brewers want Miz to do that. I don't think the Brewers are in a position where they have to rely on that. It's a different scenario. Brewers are just trying to get to the postseason. Now the Brewers have a little bit bigger goals in mind. But we'll see. Yeah, I think, in the next couple turns through the rotation, a couple starts here for Jacob Misiorowski, kind of see where the game plan is. Does it affect maybe his chances of adding more wins to the win column? Probably. But I think they got a bigger goal in mind. And you kind of go to Adam McCulvey's latest piece, and it starts off that way at Brewers.com, saying, win tonight is always going to be atop of Pat Murphy's daily to-do list, but as Jacob Misiorowski took the mound on Monday for the first time after a 13-day extended All-Star break, Brewers manager and his coaches also had a longer-term idea in the back of their minds. Win it all. I think that's the big part of everything here. But let's go back to Cooper Pratt here. Getting his first home run off of, getting kind of, I don't want to say burdened, but, cool moment to get that first home run. You can tell he was pumped about it afterwards. But look at what Cooper Pratt has been doing offensively here as of late here, too, for the Brewers. His last 48 at-bats, Cooper Pratt is hitting .313 on base of a .404, and he's slugging at .458. You narrow it down to his last 7 games, Cooper Pratt is hitting .348 and slugging .522. On the season overall, 86 at-bats, .267, on base of a .356, OPS of .716. Sure looks like he's getting more and more comfortable at the plate. And again, that was always the narrative surrounding him. That was always the talk surrounding him, is that this is a guy that defensively, the traits are there. Could be one of the better defensive infielders, shortstops in Major League Baseball. It was just the offense had to catch up. And I'm not saying it's caught up, but he just maybe more reps, more ABs, just getting more confident, more comfortable in that batter's box. Now you get the first home run of your career, off your to-do list. But having a 3-hit game yesterday, big old tip of the cap to him. And a big old tip of the cap to Joey Ortiz. His last 15 games, he's hitting .319. He's slugging .574. He has hit 3 home runs in his last 15 games. The resurgence of one Joey Ortiz, huh? Maybe. Gosh, this is going to be so kind of fun to watch for the rest of the season, to compare his numbers when the season's over with, to compare his offensive numbers to when he was playing short and comparing it to when he was playing third. Is there something to it? I don't know. Is it more of a mind thing and a mental side of it all? Maybe. But we're all going to do it. When that season's over with, we're going to look at his offensive numbers for every game that he had at shortstop, every start that he had at shortstop compared to third base. And right now in the month of July, Joey Ortiz is hitting .288 on base of a .339, and he's slugging .519 in the month of July alone. Heck, in the month of June, he had .250. And I think at the beginning of the year, a lot of us said, okay, if you just got to get like .250 from Joey Ortiz, it'd be acceptable. Well, that was the case in June, but he's up now in July here to .288. You take that, you run with that. If that's the offense you're going to get from Mr. Ortiz, 100% you take that, you run away with it, and you hope that that's what you're going to get going forward here. And then Andrew Vaughn last night displaying a little bit of that pop finally. He collected himself a couple of hits. I mean, he continues to, I know lately his numbers have been a little bit down. His last 7 games, just 176. But so far on the season, in 157 at-bats, Andrew Vaughn still hitting over 300. 312, 884 OPS. And then, of course, Garrett Mitchell just continues to roll, man. This is the Garrett Mitchell that we've been waiting for, that has been hyped here. I mean, you go to June, whole month of June, he hit 293. He slugged 507. July, he is on an insane pace in July. Absolutely insane pace. 397 batting average in July, 651 slugging, a 441 on-base percentage in the month of July alone. Can you say H-O-T, hot? That's Garrett Mitchell right now. Insane. Absolutely insane. But we are 100 games in. 100 games into this season. I got to ask. Got to ask the question. Kind of an informal poll question here, and I want your thoughts. Did you think, don't lie, but did you think we'd get 100 games into the season? Go back to March, go back to February. Did you think when we'd get 100 games completed that the Brewers would have the best record in all of Major League Baseball? 100 games into this thing. 100 games in for the Brewers. I should be a little bit more specific, so I don't need anybody to call me. Well, Dodgers, the same amount of wins. They've got one more loss, so they're over 100. 100 games in for the Brewers. Did you think they'd have the best record in Major League Baseball? No, I did not. I'm not going to blow smoke up your you-know-what. No way. I thought they'd be competing for a playoff spot, but we're talking about competing for the top spot now. The number 1 seed in the National League, for crying out loud, not just division, but to get the top spot. And I know this kind of gets talked about a lot. It's like, oh, how much, like every year it kind of brings up, how much of a difference is it for, 1 seed? Do you want to keep that momentum going? Well, maybe with a lot of their pitchers, they kind of want that 1 seed and get a little bit of R&R for some of those guys. Rest and relaxation. Might be kind of important now for the Brew Crew. 100 games in. Did not have it on the bingo card that we'd be sitting here on July 21st and saying, best record in all of Major League Baseball. Not just the National League, all of Major League Baseball. And you look at this schedule coming up here, take advantage of it, Brewers. You have an opportunity to add a whole lot more wins to this thing. Let's talk some more Brewers. We got to take a quick break, though. We'll start to look at Game 2 tonight. We'll be right back after these quick words. It happens every year. 1 minute, you're grilling some brats or burgers. You're heading to the lake, watching the kids play some baseball or outside. And the next thing you know, you're shopping for school supplies and wondering where the heck did summer go? Before the backpacks come out and the busy fall schedule takes over, now is the perfect time to freshen up your home with new flooring from Carpet City Flooring Center right here in Eau Claire. Whether it's some soft, new carpet for the family room, durable, luxury vinyl for those muddy boots and busy kids, or some beautiful Rigid Max flooring to give your home a whole new look, the team at Carpet City Flooring Center will help you find the perfect floor for your family and your budget. Locally owned and locally operated, they know Wisconsin homes, and they're committed to making the process easy from start to finish. Make the most of these last weeks of summer. Stop on in to Carpet City Flooring Center in Eau Claire today, because home is where Wisconsin families make their best memories. All right, Game 2 of this Brewers versus Mets series. Can the Brewers at least clinch a series win, another series win? They're going to be hoping that their starter, Brandon Sprout, is up to the challenge of going up against his former ball club. On the other side of things, you got Zach Thornton going for the Mets. He has started just 3 games so far the youngster, the lefty. 3 games so far for the Mets. But you look at it, he's 0-1, but he's got a 2.60 ERA. His latest outing coming on the 12th against Boston, where he went 7 innings and no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, a couple walks. Very solid start, quality start. June 26th against Philly, 6 innings, 5 hits, just 1 earned run, 7 Ks. And then his first start of the season, you got to go back to May 20th. Went 4 1/3, giving up 4 earned runs here. So his last 2 outings, dude looks pretty darn good. Pretty solid. So if we just use those last 2 appearances, offense might be challenged here a little bit. Should be a good challenge. The flip side, Brandon Sproats. You look at what he has done so far this season, 18 games, 16 of those he has started, 3-4 with a 5.16 ERA. And Brandon Sproat has definitely been a pitcher. I think of all the starting pitchers that the Brewers have thrown out this year, Brandon Sproat, if he's not the top one, he's got to be close to the top in terms of maybe consistency is the best way to describe it. A little up and down. You know, Pat Murphy's kind of called him out a time or two. He's responded. He's had some really good outings, some solid outings, and then it's like shorter, struggling here a little bit. I mean, his last 2 games, well, if we look at his last one against Pittsburgh back on the 11th, he went 3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. Before that on the 5th, Arizona, 4 innings, 1 earned run. So far in the month of July in those 2 games, he's got a 3.86 ERA. June was solid. In 5 games, he was 2-0 with a 3.46 ERA. His one poor game in that month was that June 17th matchup against Cleveland, where he went just 3 2/3 and gave up 4 earned runs in that contest. But after that, he bounced back nicely, going 80 pitches against the Reds and striking out 10. Then the next game against the Reds, he went 106 pitches, struck out 7. So I think Brandon Sproat, I mean, he's probably a little bit jacked up tonight, a little bit motivated, wants to show his former team, you made a mistake in trading me, or maybe he's happy because he is with the Brewers now too. You know, all things tend to work out more times than not, or sometimes, depending on how you approach it. But it's just natural. You're like, hey, going up against my former team, I want to show off. I want to showcase my stuff. I want to showcase my talent. I want to showcase what they're missing, that they should have valued me a little bit more. It's all natural. That every athlete is going to, they can downplay it publicly, but you know, there's that part inside of them that just wants to show off, showcase their skills in front of their old team. So I'm excited to see what Brandon Sproat is going to do against his former ball club for tonight. And you look at it, both these lineups, they're going in unfamiliar territory against these pitchers. You know, Mets maybe have a little bit more of an advantage because Sproat was within their system, so they're a little bit familiar in terms of the scouting reports and such. But let's let it decide on the field. That's all fun. That's all great that they have a little bit of an inside track that way. Ain't going to mean anything if they can't produce on the field, though. But 100 games in. Going back to the question I threw out to you before the break. 100 games in. Are you surprised? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, surprised that we're talking about the Brewers' best record in all of Major League Baseball? Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're in a playoff chase. I'm not surprised that they're maybe exceeding expectations again. But, I mean, come on. The best record in Major League Baseball, 100 games in? No, I did not have that on my bingo card. And I get it. Maybe I'm overhyping it a bit because you're literally talking about one loss between them and the Dodgers. But 100 games in, it's a nice round number. You can kind of look at this. We're on that stretch run with just 62 games left to go. And depending on how this season goes, I don't know how the rest of the season is going to go, postseason and in the future. But you look at these last couple of years, for crying out loud, you kind of wonder, what's the difference? Is it straight up just Pat Murphy? Is it Matt Arnold? I think it's both. I think you have, Matt Arnold had a year with Craig Counsell. But it just seems like, from an outside observer looking at it, it just seems like Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy work so well together. I know we only had 1 year of Matt Arnold and Craig Counsell, but it just seems like Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy attach at the hip. They work so well together. Pat Murphy's probably going to get most of the credit, and rightfully so. I ain't going to argue that. But, I mean, you look at some of the moves and some of the decisions and some of the trades that this team has made, maybe specifically this past offseason. You got to give your flowers, and you got to give some credit to the general manager here, too. But whatever Pat Murphy is selling in that clubhouse, whatever he's telling these players, whatever he's, telling his coaches and what his coaches, the Kurt Hooks and of the world, whatever he's doing, it's working. And you just kind of, it's a what if. Man, what if Pat Murphy was a manager earlier? I know he was like interim with the Padres and all that, but it's, you kind of look at like, how do they continue to do this? Number one, for a lot of people, is going to be Murphy. But I think you got to look at their scouts. I think you got to look at the front office, Matt Arnold, some bold decisions, some bold trades this past offseason. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. When Isaac Collins got traded, there were some fans like, really? I mean, this guy was a Rookie of the Year candidate. Then Caleb Durbin got traded, and you're like, what are we doing here? Another Rookie of the Year, finalists, and we're trading these guys? And I know Caleb Durbin, I mean, dude hit a monster home run last night. He has definitely been playing well as of late. You got to give Caleb Durbin a ton of credit for bouncing back. But, man, it's just something Pat Murphy is brewing with this team over the last couple of years, and again this year. And I know everybody's thrown out, we've talked about this at times. Is it because of the youth buying in? Him being a college coach? Of course, that all factors into it, but it's still really, really impressive. All right, you can join in on the convo. There's two ways to join in on the conversation. Hit us up on that Shoe Doctors bullpen line at 715-830-1912, or hit us up in the Section 105 chats on the video stream. We got to take a quick break, and we'll start to wrap up the first hour. We got to talk about Devontae Wyatt's contract extension for the Packers coming up in the next hour. That leaves one guy left. Sure kind of seems like Tucker Kraft is next. Thought Tucker Kraft was going to be next beforehand. Packers just going down the pecking order. Don't freak out, Packers fans. Okay, Tucker Kraft's going to get done. I'm like 99.95% sure that's going to get done at some point. Okay? I know there are some people, it'll get done. But the Packers just going through the list. Check, 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 check. They've already locked up more people than I thought they were going to. So, but we'll hit that up in the next hour. Quick break as we start to wrap up that first hour. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. If you're from Wisconsin, you know there's something special about this time of year. Days are getting a little bit shorter. Evenings maybe starting to cool off here a bit. And before you know it, hunting season's going to be here. Believe it or not, it's coming. That means now it's the time to get your gear ready. Whether you need a new firearm, ammunition, optics, or just maybe some expert advice, make Tilden Gun your first stop. The folks at Tilden Gun, Sean, Hunter, they're not there just to sell you equipment. They're hunters as well. They know what works. They're happy to answer your questions, and they'll help make sure that you're ready long before opening morning arrives. So don't wait until the last minute. Stop by Tilden Gun, get geared up, and start counting down the days to another great Wisconsin fall. Tilden Gun, helping Wisconsin hunters make the most of every season. Happy hunting and good luck this fall. We got about 8 minutes left to the top of the hour here. Don't forget, it is also a Toyson Ford Grind My Gears Tuesday. So what the heck is grinding your gears, peeps? Let us know. Get it off your chest. Also, it's a I'm not saying, but I'm just saying Tuesday. So best ones we'll read up on the air. Okay. Got a couple of messages. We got Surveyor Sam. Survey, by the way, you didn't respond to C-Bomb's trash talk yesterday for golf. But Surveyor saying, if the question is the question, would I have believed you if you said it back in April? I probably would have said I doubt it. I doubt that they are best, but it wouldn't surprise me and Murph I trust. C-Bomb says, I have to admit I am surprised. I think we all thought the Brewers would take a step back, but instead they continue to do what they did all of last year. Let's just hope this isn't the Peyton Manning Indianapolis Colts that dominate the regular season only to flop every year in the playoffs. As you've discussed before, expectations have shifted. Getting to the playoffs is no longer the goal. Winning a playoff series is no longer the goal. The team needs to play for a championship. Continue to send us your thoughts on that Shoe Doctors bullpen line or the Section 105 chats. Reminder, Brewers tonight, Game 2 between Brewers and Mets, 6:40 first pitch. You can listen to that game right here on the radio dials, 105.1 FM and 790 AM. Coverage will begin about 35 minutes prior. Brewers looking to at least secure a series win with a win tonight. So, we'll save the Packers chat because I'm running out of time here for the top of the hour. So we'll save the Packers chat for next hour here with Devontae Wyatt signing a 3-year extension with the green and gold. Lots to kind of break down with that news from yesterday as we get set for Packers training camp beginning next week. First practice next week. Teams already reporting this week, even today, rookies in that, because, well, some teams with a new head coach can start a little bit earlier, but also teams like Panthers, Cardinals, they got the Hall of Fame games, so they're going to be starting up here a little bit earlier too. So, gosh, it's still hard to believe that we're going to be talking about preseason games here in a couple weeks. Family night already too. First, right after the Casper Classic. Man, summer's just flying on through. Speaking of the Casper Classic, by the way, did have to open up one more spot in the 10 a.m. group. So if you have not signed up yet, or maybe you did for 1 p.m., but you're like, hey, I'll play 18. I'll play 2 spots. I'll play 2 rounds. We got one more opened up in the 10 a.m. spot. So get to our website at sportstalk1051.com. Click on the Casper Classic icon and sign your team up. We just have a couple left for 1 p.m., so it's going to be on track to sell out for a 6th straight year. 6th straight year. Or we still got a few more for that 7:30 a.m. slots here too. So all the details for just $90 for your team, not per person, per team. So you and your buddy Joe can split the bill in half. $45 per person. That includes your round of golf. That includes your cart. That includes your meal. That includes some beverage tickets. All that fun stuff. Just go to our website, sportstalk1051.com, and get your 2-person team signed up for the Casper Classic. That's coming up on Friday, August 7th. Friday, August 7th. 2 weeks from this Friday. So, title belts are sitting here. Got some raffle prizes, too. If you'd be interested in donating a raffle prize to help benefit Backyard Dreams, please reach out. I would love to get a bunch more so we can continue to raise some funds for Backyard Dreams. So, Rando from Chippewa Falls says, grind my gears. The NFL is not putting real grass on all the fields, but they could for FIFA. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of players complaining about that too. So, all right, continue to send those grind my gears as well to the Shoe Doctors bullpen line or on that Section 105 chat. We'll get back to some more of those coming up a little bit later on, but we wrap up. We got a couple minutes left with Morgan. Good morning, Morgan.
Casper, that's a unique green choice.
Why?
I've never seen you in that color before.
The Kelly green.
You would call it a Kelly green?
Yeah.
I would call it faded AstroTurf. Like if it were a paint color, a little bit. It looks a little bit.
That's straight up Kelly green.
All right, if you say so.
Kelly green.
You're the fashionista. Hey, speaking of fashion hot takes, you can wear denim on denim.
Canadian tuxedo?
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think? Yes or no?
I used to.
Really?
Middle school.
Talk to me.
No, it was just like when you had to dress up for basketball, you had like a denim long sleeve and jeans and tie. So
okay, so what do you think about the dressing up on game days trend?
I like it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I like wearing a tie, though. I like wearing a jacket.
Why don't you wear one to work?
I don't want to do that at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah. You don't. You have a certain time frame that you can dress up in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about this? Everybody should want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
You think so?
I wish I could do it more.
Okay, if you're a travel guy, are you a check bag or a carry-on luggage guy?
Don't ask me airport stuff because the last time I was in an airport was 2000, so I have no idea how that process works.
Well, the planes still go in the air and you still pack a suitcase.
I know, but the process, I don't know.
Okay. Are you one? You seem like a control freak, though. So you're one of those.
I need to know going beforehand. I don't like that, not knowing.
So you just strike me as you want your bag with you in the overhead compartment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to check a bag in case there's the risk of it getting lost or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be the guy that's trying to shove it above the overhead compartment and everybody else is waiting in line.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Own your control freakdom. How would you feel about this? If you don't have your blinker on, your car wouldn't turn.
Ooh,
hot
I like
take.
that.
What do you think?
I like that because that annoys the crap out of me, and Veronica does that at times too.
Turns without blinking?
Yes.
So you're a big blinker guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Basic road laws. Just it's basic.
Biggest pet
Flip it
peeve?
on.
No blinker?
I don't know if it's my biggest pet peeve.
You know what my biggest pet peeve is, I think, that I just realized the other day because someone did it and I just about lost my mind, and I'm not usually like a road rage person. People that turn slow.
Oh, yeah, that's Veronica's big one, too.
You're not going to tip over.
Yeah.
Turn the vehicle. What is with that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably my current biggest pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pizza. Deep dish is the best. You're shaking your head.
No, that is disgusting.
Make Medford proud. What's the best?
Well, I mean, mine is thin crust.
What?
Yeah.
That's no one's favorite.
That is everybody's favorite.
No, it's not.
Okay, pull it up.
What about stuffed crust?
Once
or is
in a
that
while.
too much?
Once in a while. Once in a while.